The glass fire swept into the McCormick edition of Sugarloaf Ridge State Park the night of September 27, 2020. The fire began in Napa County a few hours earlier in the vicinity of the community of Deer Park. Driven by fierce winds, the fire jumped the Napa River and then burned across the hills into Sonoma County, crossing St. Helena and Los Alamos roads and continuing down into Santa Rosa and the Sonoma Valley. The fire ended up scorching over 67,000 acres, including 75% of Sugarloaf. Numerous homes and other structures were lost, and many thousands of people were forced to evacuate. Local wildlife and forests were impacted as well. The fire entered Sugarloaf in its far northeastern corner, an area known as the McCormick Addition. This was around 11:15 p.m. the night of September 27th. The winds were fierce when the fire raced into the park. The fire and the winds were captured by several trail cameras within the McCormick Addition. Sugarloaf Ridge State Park is operated by a consortium known as Team Sugarloaf, under the direction of the Sonoma Ecology Center and under contract to the state of California. Team Sugarloaf has numerous trail cameras stationed throughout the park. These cameras provide important data for evaluating and monitoring the park's wildlife, especially the black bears, who have begun to recolonize the area. Watch as the fire enters the McCormick Addition just after 11 p.m. on September 27th. At the time, the winds were quite fierce, and the blowing embers caused spot fires to ignite out in front of the quickly advancing flames. Watch as several deer flee the fire. These animals are fleet-footed and appear to have made good their escape. Some of the smaller animals may have been harder pressed to escape. By 5 a.m., the fire had reached the Red Barn area of Sugarloaf. Several trail cameras captured fleeing deer, followed by the appearance of flames. One of the fire's casualties at Sugarloaf was the historic Red Barn. The barn was constructed in 1918 by Ray and Bertha Hurd, homesteaders who lived there from 1914 to 1930. The Red Barn was later part of a hunting club and then a hippie commune before being added to the park about 50 years ago. By 7:30 a.m., the fire had reached the heart of the park. Fortunately, by now the winds had died down a bit, and the fire no longer advanced at breakneck speed. Concerted effort was made to halt the fire's progress in the brushy peak area of Sugarloaf. Watch as firefighters light a backfire around 7:30 p.m. on September 29th. Other backfires were set along the park's access road in the vicinity of the visitor center and campground. The effort succeeded and the fire's southern advance was finally stopped in this area. After a week of intense firefighting activity and an improvement in the weather, the fire was contained, and some of the equipment began to withdraw. Following the containment of the glass fire, some of Sugarloaf's wildlife began to reappear on the trail cameras, welcome evidence of their survival and resiliency.